They've shot a lot more here in the second half than they did in the first half. I'm not sure I agree with that strategy.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Nice shot by Vujicic.
They're giving him a little too much space out there. That's his third triple since halftime.
From deep. Out to Thompson. Here's Big Smooth from beyond the arc and then some.
One of the big stories is second chance point. They've just been terrific here in the second half in that area.
And here are the Knicks now. Here's Roten, and he's way off from outside.
And still, he's scoreless. Boy, they could use just a little bit of help from him. And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack, but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Derek Williams comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Tony Roten to stop the run, and nothing but air on that one.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Well, another fast break bucket. I mean, that's their not-so-secret weapon.
It's as if the defense has been a step slow in transition all night. I mean, at some point, they have got to make the adjustment.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Golden State's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. Out of bounds, New York takes possession. New York ball. New York with the ball. Here's Galloway. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
This one for three. Knicks with the rebound.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
They get a hand on it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession.
They're fortunate that one was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged a bullet there.
Galloway, the pass to Serafin. Galloway kicks to Serafin. New York moving it around. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Clearly a mental lapse and at an inopportune time.
Yeah, that's a terrible mistake, Greg, to make it any time, but it's really exacerbated when you make it at this time.
He rifled that one in from distance.
Pretty looking shot. I mean, when you can hit it from that deep, wow.
I'll tell you what, Clark, you got to be feeling pretty good to put it up from out there.
Here's Vujicic, guarded by Kerr. Galloway. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Warriors shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Galloway. He's covered by Thompson. And the officials call a traveling violation.
If they can't take care of the basketball, they're going to have a very hard time turning this game around.
True. Their turnovers are piling up in this quarter.
Here's Big Smooth. Knicks with the rebound. Serafin's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
Well, down in the game, and why is that? Look no further than TOs, turnovers.
Yeah, they're racking them up here in this quarter, and it's more of a lack of discipline than anything that has cost them.
From deep, but they recover it.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
That's his second personal foul at the line for the Warriors.
The first free throw is good.
2 shots.
He's off on the second. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Thomas with the steal.
It'll be a jump ball.
And here are the Warriors now. To the left side wing. Here's Big Smooth, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand. Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
Tell you what, Mama always said, if you got it, flaunt it.
Let it fly. Let it fly.
Mama said that, huh? And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
Tries yet again. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Galloway. It's offline from half court.
Yeah, real nice shot selection there. I guess he's working on his buzzer beater form.
That's a reach, but perhaps that is the case. Or maybe he was trying to knock a bird off of the scoreboard.
He's about right, because I still can't figure that one out.
No, and I see no birds up there.
No.
That one is off. Clark, remember a year ago, Klay Thompson was the subject of trade speculation, possibly, in fact, going to the Timberwolves for Kevin Love.
Yeah, in the end, the Warriors stood pat, and it was a controversial decision at that point, but I don't think there's any question it was a pretty good move for the Warriors right now.
Kevin Servant.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't
come
remember
on.
ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw
I tell
one.
you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while. And the Warriors, also inking Thompson to that 4-year, $70 million extension. A big show of faith on their part, and it's looking like money well spent.
Green dishes to Curry. Green, the pass to Big Smooth. Connects on the foul line jumper.
An open jump shot there, and their D not putting up any resistance today.
Here's New York.
And now Klay Thompson with deeper pockets, but never one to splurge. His father taught him well. I mean, his rookie year, he drove the family hand-me-down. He bought his next car used, so his focus is clearly on the game, not the glitz and glamour.
Galloway, no good. Balanced scoring, Clark, for him. They're moving it well.
Yeah, you love to see teams share the sugar. Everybody getting a touch, everybody enjoying an opportunity to score. That makes it a lot of fun for everybody on the team.
You know, it sounds better when you say it than watching it. Okay? I like better when you say it. Sharing the sugar.
You might want to cut down on that sugar intake, though, Clark. But anyway, everybody's been involved in this offense here early on, and it has a way of helping you defensively.
Pass to Big Smooth.
2 minutes remaining in game. 2 minutes.
1:57 left here in the fourth quarter. For three. Offensive rebound. Green passes to Big Smooth. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, with the game out of reach, intentional fouls don't mean anything. It's just an exercise in futility. Let the clock go.
Yeah, I agree with you, Clark. Just doesn't really make a lot of sense at this point. And
here is Williams. And that misses everything.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Roten's checked in for New York. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Warriors.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capabilities.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Big Smooth. He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team. And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
The Knicks making a switch here. Porzingis, he's checked in for Williams. Anthony comes in for Thomas. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for Sasha Vujacic. And it's Grant in for Roten. Again, Curry missing. And speaking of Curry's slight build, he's worked up and bulked himself. He's added some muscle. He even got up to 200 pounds, I think he said. But he didn't feel real good, Clark, at that weight.
Yeah, it's not about the weight, Kevin. It's about strength. You need it to fight through screens and attack.
Oh, look out, and then you throw him stuff like that. You go home, buddy. How does it even go in? He pulls a Houdini. And the foul on Big Smooth. It's it for him. He's fouled out. And now we'll go to the line for two.
The good news is they've already got this game wrapped up. You might as well sit back and relax.
And the Warriors making a change here. Livingston's checked in, and he can't get the first one. Carmelo Anthony, the third pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and, of course, Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D-Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise, Chris Bosh. You know, all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
New York with the ball. Curry brings the double, steps back and fires. The shot, no good. The Warriors go the other way with it. From deep three-point range, Livingston kicks to Curry. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston.
And you can sense the fact that they didn't want to let the fans down here. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
Greg, it really has been. I mean, such a lively, vibrant atmosphere, and no doubt that played a part in the big win.
And that was the last thing they needed. Now the clock is stopped, and they put them on the line.
Yeah, and I'm confident Coach was reminding everybody, don't foul at the start of that possession. Obviously, he didn't get the message.
And the second free throw, good.
And back to Melo's top 5 draft mates in 2003, all having rings. You can't choose the team you play for as a rookie. Melo simply hasn't been surrounded by that much talent. That's why it was somewhat surprising that he re-signed with the rebuilding Knicks team last season.
Timeout called the Warriors. What do you think, guys?
Kevin, they just need to avoid unnecessary fouls here and milk the clock on both ends of the floor, play with some patience and smartness, and that should lead to the win.
Hey guys, talking about Melo, I mean, he's faced some difficult injuries here of late. That puts all the more pressure on him to win a ring as soon as possible. No way does he want to retire without that chance.
And Curry the bucket on the assist by Green.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
Curry. No good on the quick three. Porzingis. They get the rebound. Aflalo. And Thompson sends it back. Porzingis. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly. And Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans, too, Kevin, gave their team a tremendous lift. I mean, they never gave up on him.